Good afternoon and welcome to Crash Wednesday. Today, the 24th day in the month of January 2024. I am Grace Dorcas Onyekachi. Like you know, this show is all about educating you on relationship matters, family matters, and as well, we talk about issues relating to men and women, which is the male gender, the female gender, of course, all inclusive. And we get to get lots of fun right on the show. And today is a very special day because we are having a very special episode concerning an issue that has become an a topic of importance that we need to address. And I have a lovely gentleman in the studio this afternoon to do justice to that very topic. But before I let you know who he is, I will take off some commercials. And when we are back, we'll talk about the topic. And then I get to introduce my guest for today to you. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to Crush Wednesday this afternoon. I know you'll be wondering why the change of time. Yes, we just had to do that because lots of our followers were complaining of not catching up on the program. So we moved the time from 5 p.m. to 2 p.m. So look out for Crush Wednesday every Wednesday from 2 p.m. right here on your darling station, ABN Radio and Television. All right, today on the show, we'll be talking about some misconceptions of feminism that has become a new virus. And to do justice to that very issue right here, I have an activist. He's also an advocate for the girl child and also a humanitarian who is also a public speaker. I'm talking of no other than Daniel Ubiora. Daniel, thanks for joining me on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, Daniel, can you just briefly tell us what feminism is all about, first of all? Because, you know, when we talk about feminism, it seems lots of people don't even know what that word is. They don't know the meaning of feminism. Can you just educate us about what feminism is all about?
Okay, I'll start by saying when the use of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable.
Yeah.
Um, for you to carefully function in any situation at all, you must really understand what you're up for and what you're in for. As he's carefully said that when a gun is with the robber, the gun becomes an armed robber. When the gun is with the soldier, you know what that means. So at this point, the original meaning, I think the feminism movement started in, I think, 1872. What originally stands for was for women to have a voice and speak for themselves and come out and do things that are meaningful for themselves and for the family, not just their children. Because naturally, when you talk about the feminism movement, it's not looking at the man, it's just carefully looking at the woman and the child. But it's a wrong misconception. Now, it's looking at the woman and our family. So that's carefully what that issue of feminism looks at. That, okay, we are looking at for how women can have a voice in society. As a matter of fact, I'm of the opinion that we have seen the leadership of men. Let women take up leadership positions as president, governor, and so on. Let's see and let's have a taste of what the leadership of women would look like. So that's just my own view, but I don't know how it is. In like the Igbo land where they say a woman cannot be an ikenga or something like that. It's a very controversial issue, but I'm of that opinion that a woman should lead, but I'm not saying that when a woman leads, she will lead better. No, that's you bringing in a gender comparison. No, I'm not of the opinion that you can compare gender, but I feel that anybody that is capable of doing what is necessary should go there, and even if be it a woman or a man. So that's just my own position on that matter.
Okay, you made mention of gender comparison. Do you feel gender feminism is now what is called gender comparison? Because it seems that's the order of the day, where the female gender feels I should not, they should not talk me down. I'm equal to a man. What a man, no, they say what a man can do, a woman
Women
can
can
do
do better.
better. And let's talk about the gender comparison. Do you think that that's important, or do you think it's not necessary, or let me rephrase my question. Gender comparison now seems to be the order of the day, and most women feel that this is what feminism is all about, gender comparison. What is your take on that?
Okay, personally, I don't feel you should compare any gender. When you say you're trying to compare gender, a man will show you his muscles. And naturally, they tell you that the muscles of a man will break the bones of a woman. So that's just so you shouldn't compare genders. For me, I believe if a man can do it, to an extent, the woman should also do it. I'm not of that opinion that this thing, as a matter of fact, I don't believe in gender equality. I believe in gender equity because if you go by the law, equality is not equal. Equality is not fair, but equity is quite fair. Now, let me give you an illustration. When you say equality, if we are the same height and we are not the same height, what equality does is give them 3 blocks, let them stand, whatever comes out of it, that's their business. But equity looks at the fact that this person is taller than this person. We need 10 blocks for this person to be equal with this person. So equality gives you that, equity gives you that room for fairness.
Yeah.
So instead of women fighting for equality in gender, which normally, rightfully, your fingers are not equal. We have some men who are more they act like women. We have women who act like men. As a matter of fact, so our fingers are not equal. So definitely, at no position would you get equality, but you can get equity where the fingers come together to achieve a common goal where necessary. So I don't advocate for equality in gender, but I advocate for equity in gender because equity is much more fair than equality. Persons can be cheated in equality, but you can't be cheated in equity because if I'm at this point where we cannot be the same height, but considering the height, you could give me, okay, let's say I need 3 blocks to be almost the same height with that person, and you give me 3 blocks, we are almost the same height. So as you're the same height now, make use of that opportunity. So what I do is I tell women out there, you are not supposed to be a sit-down low person. Come out, equip yourself. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala today, her husband is popular because she knows what she's doing. A man and people would make a way for a woman who knows where she's headed to.
Yeah.
Nobody will be a stumbling block if you don't know where you are going to. So that issue of, let me not say the Nigerian concept of feminism has made it look like there is an unhealthy competition amongst men and women. Naturally, a woman is powerful than a man. If let's be a bit logical, a woman is a modified version of a man.
Okay.
Now, where physically, do you see how a woman is now? Naturally, a man thinks like an express road, but a woman thinks like a forest. Okay, let me give you an illustration. My cousin left me with her 3 kids at home, and the 3 kids were disturbing. One defecated on the floor, the other broke some stuff and they poured water on the floor. So immediately that happened, do you know what I did? I had to go look through the window to see if their mother is coming.
Because you don't even know where to
Because
start
I don't know where to start from.
Okay.
That was how funny it was.
Yeah.
But immediately she entered, I was surprised how she could manage the situation. I didn't ask her. She said that she has to go for the one that is more dangerous, then to the one that is less dangerous. And immediately in split seconds, she fixed up everything. Naturally, it is easy for a woman to that's the power of a woman to multitask.
Yeah.
A man is not created to multitask, for the fact that the man thinks very straight, that defies the law of multitasking. But a woman, you can see a woman cooking at the same time, making calls, and also doing some other things at the same time. So naturally, that is why, for the fact that a woman gives birth and nothing dies in the hands of a woman, that's why almost everything that has life is given the, I think, the adjective of a female. That's she. You will not say a country that takes e. You will not say a country that takes she. It's, takes e or him. You always see she and her because of that power as on that on that gender female. So the best women understand how powerful they are, then they would make progress. So how progressive you are determines on what you understand. So the concept of feminism, let's say, is outdated, because at this point women are now sitting in the offices with men. Women are now going to schools and sitting side by side with men. So the original reason for feminism was so that the voice of women can be heard. Recently, women have been speaking and people have been hearing them, unlike the old days where they will tell you that because you are a woman, you shouldn't talk at a family gatherings. Recently, women are talking and even talking more than the men.
Okay. All right. You've been watching Crush Wednesday. This program comes your way every Wednesday. From now, it's 2 p.m. All right. We'll be right back with the show. Go nowhere.
God, I think.
Talk easy, right? You want to talk today?
Yes.
All right, welcome back to Crush Wednesday, and we've been having an exciting time on the show discussing about misconceptions of feminism, a new virus. And our guest on the show has been doing justice to this very issue. So far, he has told us how feminism emanated and the reasons why feminism became a movement. Okay, right now we're moving to the misconceptions of feminism. Can you just highlight some of those misconceptions of feminism?
Okay, before I dive into that question, I'll firstly say that for my success today and where I'm headed to, I thank God first, and secondly, my mother. Not that I hate my father, I love my father so much, but I owe majority of my success to my mother because she's like, okay, do this way. Even if as I'm here, I know she's somewhere praying for me. That's just it there. Now to the misconception of the subject matter feminism. What really gets my attention is that part where they tell you that because you're a feminine, you're not supposed to go for your husband. That's a very wrong ideology. As I am, my mom trained me to also enter the kitchen and do some stuff for myself. So the misconception is major that part of it. I think we could see recently on the tweet about the Mommy Z, the AKA Debbie, and the rest of them because she cooked for her husband, and I think she said she woke up by 4 a.m. to prepare food for her husband, and she came up to her Twitter handle and made some post about it. I think feminism is a movement for the emancipation of women. It is not a cult of sorts. It is where women should gain strength and harness the potentials in them, not a cult group where if you go against the set down rules. Now it's more like they are now having rules that you must not go against. And one of the very funny thing about this so-called feminism is more like is occupied by more of single mothers who now have a level of bitterness towards men. So they now gather themselves and they could not see a better name to give it. They now tag the feminism. I'm sorry to say, but not all single mothers are in the so-called Nigerian feminism. I'm sorry to say Nigerian feminism because feminism is general. But what we are seeing in Nigeria, I think, defiles the real definition of feminism. So personally, I think it's more like some women that are pained about how their boyfriends or their husbands did to them, and and maybe they went separate ways, and they now came together to form a court. Let's say some sort of court, and they now call themselves feminists. And if you cook for your husband, you wash your husband's clothes. As a matter of fact, they're now saying split bills. Those things are at some point.
All right, let's talk about that splitting bills. To you, what would you say? What would you say about splitting bills? Because I know there are couples that a man will tell you, Charlie, this relationship or this marriage, we are in it together. We need to split bills. I'm not going to carry the burden alone. Do you think it's against, or even if it's the option of the woman to split bills, do you see it being against humanity, or is it being against the manhood of it? Or let me just use that word, manhood. Is it against it? Because you mentioned that feminists are now advocating for splitting bills, which we know the perspective they are coming from actually. But what about a relationship where these two couples have decided to split bills? What do you have to say about that?
Personally, I believe iron sharpens iron. There should be a proper communication. Marriage is rub my back, I rub your back. I don't know for those that are married, but for one day, I grew up with my parents. So for one day, I never heard them talk about bills, but I don't know how they pay the bills. Even if my mom is the one giving me money, she'll say, go and tell daddy thank you. At some point, I did not know who was giving me the money, but I know I was telling one person thank you. That's how serious it was. Even if they had issues about money, we will be sneaking to hear it because we will be. You understand? It could be that they enter the room and lock down. They are doing the thing by themselves, the couple way, but you will still not hear about it. But it is either they will not tell you. It is that we go and do and find out about ourselves. And even if you find out and ask the sheikh, come on, keep quiet, get out. They understood what it was. Naturally, marriage is, I'm not going to say coming together of two mature men and women. No. Because even fools grow old. That's by the way. But then, this thing called marriage, it's a school that you enter. You collect certificate before entering. You don't graduate. For the fact that you don't graduate, I think communication matters a great deal in this aspect of splitting of bills. Trust and understand that it's a commitment. Once you don't have trust, everything that comes by, you question it. Once you don't understand that this thing is a commitment, at some point you say, let me leave.
Yeah.
There are so many. So this reason of bills, I don't see it as a very serious issue, but some persons have turned it to a serious issue for the fact that if your husband is not around and there are bills you need to put together, sort together, you should do it.
Okay.
When he comes back, it could fix you up.
All right, we'll continue on that very segment of the show. When we are back, the phone lines will be open for you to call us in and ask your questions or send your comments, for you to send your contributions rather on the show. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to the show, Crush Wednesday. The show is still on. You can call us on 08109055550. I repeat, 08109055550. You can call in on the show to ask your question or give your contributions concerning this very topic that we are talking about. I still have Daniel Obiora in the studio. All right, back to you, Daniel. We were talking about some of the misconceptions of feminism. So we'll still go back to it. We were carried away trying to sort out that splitting views of a thing. So let's go back to it.
Okay, apart from the splitting of the bills, another very important misconception of feminism, I think, is where aspects of position where they tell you that it is until you are married, you have a certain level of appointments and the rest of them. And it's very funny that if you now have a man, if he's now a man that made such rule, it's now become a very serious issue of controversy. No, I'm not against whatever is happening, but my major concern is, as a woman, equip yourself to be like a storehouse. When the pandemic comes, they have no option than to run to your storehouse to loot palliatives. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, she equipped herself When the World Trade Organization came for her, she was ready.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that there's a miracle anywhere. It is preparation plus opportunity. You have a miracle. So as a woman, you cannot keep shouting feminism, feminism, feminism without preparing yourself. I will prepare myself. My opportunity will one day come. So as a woman, instead of complaining on appointments of men and this and that, as a matter of fact, we have a commissioner for women affairs, minister for women affairs, everything. We usually do a celebration of Mother's Day how many times in a year. This church has its own, that one. So women should take advantage of such opportunities and equip themselves. Don't complain. Instead of complaining, you know, percent of people that complain is that you're a spectator, you're an actor, or you're a commentator. So whichever one you are, be serious with it.
Yeah.
But I would advise you to be an actor. Make things happen, move things. Either you are part of the problem or you are the solution. So you should stop complaining as to how men make laws that go against women. If there are serious women out there who have made themselves useful, you could go into the parliament and influence decisions.
Yeah.
Because you know what you are doing. It's not I don't believe women are weaker vessels. So that's a very wrong ideology.
I was going to
yes,
come to that.
and that weaker vessel stuff is also what is orchestrating the misconception.
Okay.
These men feel we are weak. Let's come as a flock to overtake them. No. If you as a woman believe you are weak, you are weak. Because everything that happens in reality is a product of your mind.
Yeah.
So even the Bible says, treat your heart with diligence. Out of it comes the issues of life. So the issues of your life is a product of your mind. So anything that happens in life first happened in your mind.
Yeah.
So if it does not happen in your mind, it's an accident.
It's true.
So if it comes from your mind, then it becomes a reality. For those who are much of a Christian, the Bible says, treat your heart with diligence. Out of it comes the issues of life. Even that same Bible says, out of your belly shall flow out rivers of living water. So everything still talks about the mindset. So if feminists can redirect their mindset, now that my problem with feminism in this present generation is that feminism has taken the character shape of many persons in the movement.
That is where I'm coming to right now. Let's talk about how it's now a virus that is spreading, and it's now penetrating into marriages and disrupting marriages, and it's becoming an issue to talk about.
No, like I actually said now, a container cannot be dirty when the content in it is not dirty. Persons say politics is a dirty game. No, it's not true. It is the actors in politics that has made politics a dirty game.
Okay.
So politics has never been a dirty game. But it is what you do, the actors in it, that has made politics a very dirty game. Now, feminism has become a very serious virus because it is taking the character shape of those in it. The truth is that some persons are paying that maybe a man impregnated them and left. And many of them are now single mothers. And that pain, and they watch the man get married to another woman, and maybe either the man is making progress or some sort of maybe either they are stalking the man on social media and they are seeing his latest progress and wow, no, I must deal with this man. So the thing is accumulated things. So the so-called feminism now, the feminism in question now takes the shape, like I initially illustrated, that if a gun is with a rubber, that gun automatically becomes a rubber. When the gun is with a soldier, it is aimed to protect life and protect properties. So at this point, the hands at which feminism is in has taken the character shape of those persons. So as a matter of fact, that's why it has become a virus. So character is among the three powerful C's. So for you to move the world, everybody, not your name they know, but they know you by your character. So your name and your character qualifies your name.
Yeah.
So per se, this virus, this moving trend that has been eating up the minds of young ladies, honestly, is the character. As in, I understand that the women can have this hormonal imbalance and the rest of them. Like I made mention of the other day, I said, if you see a man that says he has mood swing, he has bad character. Yes,
Yeah.
why the hormonal changes is quite easy in women is, I think, the menstruation, the
Yeah.
cycle, and so many things, pregnancy changes, and the rest of it. So you can carefully understand that women have that hormonal issues. But if you say a man that say, you have bad character normally. So I'm a man, so that's
Yeah.
that's my position. So I don't have a problem with that.
All right. Oh, thank you so much, Daniel, for being with us on the show. We really appreciate all that you've said today and educating us more on some of the misconceptions of feminism and educating us what feminism is really about, which is about fighting and standing for the rights of women. So, to you listening or watching us right now on Facebook or wherever, one of the social media platforms, look out for what feminism really is all about and make sure that you are exercising your right appropriately. Like he said, there is no gender comparison. We are different. We have the male, God created them male and female. So, and there is a reason for that very creation of both male and female. So, every woman should embrace her uniqueness, work on her self ability to see that she is ready to meet opportunities and make good use of them. So we look forward to another wonderful episode on Crush Wednesday, and I'll still be right here to take you through that journey. Let's meet again, same time, same station next week. For now, bye. I'm still Grace Dorcas Onyekachi, but you can call me Grace D on the beat. Bye for now.
Mhm.